in the middle of Europe and as a cultural cradle for our modern age lies Vienna, the Austria capital. Welcome back, or welcome if it's the first time you're watching one of my videos. So today we are flying to Austria, and especially we are going to see some places, some buildings, not some buildings today, but an entire district in the capital of Austria, Vienna. So let's get started. So before getting to the Vienna district, let's get a bit of ground up and let's talk about the country Austria. Austria, officially the Republic of Austria, is located in Central Europe and is neighboring on the north Czech Republic and Germany, on the east Hungary and Slovakia, on the south Slovenia, Italy, on the west Switzerland and Liechtenstein. So it's exactly in the middle of Europe, and this same position gave the country Austria a really central role in the European history, in the modern age history of Europe, actually from the 18th century till now actually. Its power started when it became home to one of the most influential royal houses in history, the Habsburg. Since then, the ground itself became a status symbol of power, so all the different monarchy and empires or whatever faction battle for the domain of this terrain. So when you look at the history of Austria, you will see it was under many different domains. Right now it is a parliament representative democracy, and probably it will be for a long time. It has its own president and its own chancellor. They both respectively are heads of the state and heads of the government. And maybe you know it already, but I wanted to tell you it's one of the richest country in the world, and actually one of the best one for the living condition. Austria is a German-speaking country, but for the majority people speak Bavarian dialects and are distributed in these 9 states. And the biggest one, not the biggest one, but the most important one and the richest one is the state of Vienna. Vienna represents the Austria federal capital, and it is also the largest city in the country. In the beginning of the 21st century, Vienna city center became by UNESCO declared World Heritage Site, and for its historical ground. And as I told before, being such an important city in the past few centuries, it was home of many important personalities in all grounds. Like right now, the Vienna, it is also called the city of dreams, because it has hosted the first psychoanalysis in the world, Sigmund Freud, and it is also called the city of music, because in the last few centuries the city has seen some really important personalities like Beethoven, Mozart, Haydn, and many other composers. Today we're gonna visit Donaustadt, the 22nd district in Vienna. But first we're gonna enjoy this fast video that is gonna be like a live tour of the city itself, the center city actually. So enjoy this video and I will see you in a few minutes. And we are back. As I told you before, and as you could see from these few minutes of video, the city center it wasn't by mistake called World Heritage Site by the UNESCO. There are so many buildings, so many things you want, if you are going there, you want to see and want to visit, you want to know the history and everything. So I thought for this video not to talk about some important major historical landmark, but I wanted to talk about something new, something modern. So I decided to talk about the district. Okay, the Donaustadt district. Compared to the majority of the district in Vienna, it is quite a young one, because it is about 160 years old, and yes, it's quite modern. And I choose this one because right in this district there is one of the 9 territories that is holding the highest high-rise in Vienna. And you can even call it skyscraper because it's over 150 meters high. And actually it's not just Vienna tallest building, but it is also Austria tallest building. It is actually one of the Donau City towers, the number 1, and it's about 250 meters high, actually 220 meters high, without the spline. And yes, its main purpose is for offices and hotel, and yes, also for the view, for the panoramic view. Donau City it is called a city, but it is actually called a city within the city, and because of its population and its early stage of development, because it's kind of becoming a really important density point for the population of Vienna. It's actually one of the 9 territories that lays on the Donaustadt district, and one of the newest and more eco-friendly one. Donaustadt district, it is a part of Vienna, and it is actually the area of this district is about a quarter of the entire Vienna city, and more than half of this area it's a green area, as I told you before, because of its early stage of development, and also because about 10% of these territories it is actually water. It's the Danube. It's part of the old Danube and new Danube, and this territory it's kind of new, because at the beginning Vienna didn't use it, because they weren't technologically advanced enough for building approximately the Danube, because of the numerous floods. But now, even 1 century ago, they could do it, and so they started the development of these grounds. So the majority of buildings in this area are like kind of new and eco-friendly, and especially in the area that I told you before, Donau City. The style, it's a really modern style, like with really a lot of high-rise skyscraper. This kind of they're creating a skyline, kind of. While in the city center, as you can see, as you saw before, there are so many different architectural styles, starting from the classicist, going to the Baroque, Art Nouveau, and until modern style, of course. And so now you get a really like a small and fast picture about this district. And yes, if you want actually to know more about this wonderful city, this Vienna, the Austria capital, you could maybe read something that I posted in the link below, or what I suggest to everyone is to go yourself there and visit whatever you want to visit. It's the best thing to do. And so, as always, we have come to an end. Let me know in the comment below, what do you think? Would you live in the modern part of the city, or in the classic and older one? Let me know, and of course, if you like the video, show me some love, like the video, and of course subscribe if you don't want to miss my next video. Hit the bell notification also, and As always, I remind you all the time, let's build together a better world. This is the only thing for sure we can build.